What's up, y'all? What is up? It is your girl EJ, and y'all, we are back to talk about Fight Night. And y'all, it was a lot going on Fight Night, but we got to get into it. What's up, everybody? What's up, Moochie, Inga, Tamika's Den in the building? How y'all
Hey,
doing?
what's up?
Hey
Hey,
y'all.
hey, hey.
Inga sound like she chewing on something.
Mm-hmm.
Hey everybody. Your
Hey,
girl is tired, but I'm here. I am here.
that's what's up. What's up, Candy Love? Kendall is in the building. Lemon Kush Pepper, Catalyst in the building. Appreciate you guys for coming through. Make sure y'all do all the things: share, like, subscribe, all of that stuff. So, y'all, this episode, and Moochie and I think we actually talked about this for like a second, how it only took place in like really one area, but was really a really good episode to only have like really one scene, or maybe two, if you count the.
Yeah, they didn't change the scenery that much.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty dope. So let's get
But it
into it.
was,
Let's get into it.
they haven't
Okay.
missed on this series at all.
No, and you know it's only one episode left. So this is episode 7. We got one more episode left, and I feel like that's the one where we're gonna see a lot more of Terrence Howard and
Yeah.
his name, and we're gonna really see
Hmm.
how that's gonna play out. But this particular episode right here, I won't lie,
I
y'all.
love this series, y'all. It's so good.
It really is. I,
Hmm.
I didn't really expect some of the casualties that we got this on this episode. I knew we were going to get some casualties, but I don't think I expected all of the casualties per se. So we got to get into the first part of it. We first noticed that Ray and Willie Black are starting to really get close. You know, they are starting to form this relationship, it feels like. And Willie Black has really taken a liking to him and he wants him to come hang out with him. Moochie, kind of talk about how you see this relationship kind of going and talk about this scene uh, where little man steals the
The
candy and how
candy
it all
bar.
plays out.
Yeah, well, he wants them to go with him up north. So I'm not sure. He didn't mention what town, but he said up north somewhere. So they wanna he said we're gonna be in business together. So I like the fact that he is taking him under his wing, but it is a dangerous thing with these two. And with this, with him stealing the candy bar in this hick town, you know, I don't understand what he was thinking. Like you really thought nobody was gonna see you. And this part, I was surprised that he was that dumb to do something like that. But he scared the mess out of them though.
Yeah, no, he really did scare the mess out of him. Let me get to this part right here. Any thoughts, Tamika, Inga, before we move on to when Chicken Man get crazy?
They annoyed me because it's like, why draw attention to yourselves? Y'all know y'all trying to freaking get away with doing this damn job y'all did and get to the meat. So I just felt like that was so unnecessary. Like if you would have took him out in that daggone store, then what was gonna happen? So I just felt like y'all, doing too much over a candy bar.
Hmm.
And if you're going to steal, which I'm not telling nobody to steal, but if you're going to do it, be discreet. I mean, why would you just do it right in front of the man's face like that?
That's the part I didn't understand.
I mean, I used to take a candy bar too back in my day as a kid in the store, but but you don't be doing it like that right in front of people's face. Goodness gracious.
Okay, that part. And then we get into this whole thing, and McKinley has to basically tell him, like, no, like, that's not what we're doing right now. And then Chicken Man is telling him, look, no, do not go over there. Just let it play out the way it's going to play out. Like, because Chicken Man is like, don't nobody care about dude. Like, we trying to follow them. But his good conscience just would not let him just follow them, which I thought was stupid, but I was like, bump, dude. He'll be all right. So anyway, Chicken Man gets in here with him. he already perturbed about it, and then he proceeds to steal too. He gonna steal the chips.
Well, I don't even think it's stealing. I mean, look, we helping your tail out. I'm getting a bag of chips up in here, you know.
Mhm.
And the guy gonna ask him to pay for the chips. I ain't paying for nothing. You know, we can leave your behind on the floor tied up, bleeding. That's what we can do.
Okay, that's
Right.
that part. That part. Okay, y'all. So, Tamika, let's talk about. So we all know they helped them, and then they went on about their business. But let's talk about the funeral home scene because I thought this was interesting. I was wondering who was going to clean up those bodies. I didn't know she was going to be left to clean up the bodies. What did you think about this scene, and kind of walk us through it?
Yeah, that was smart. I mean, go to the funeral home, right? And not only are we cleaning up the bodies, but we trying to inquire and, get into the business of things. I mean, two things that's always going to run is a funeral home and a laundromat. So that's what my grandmother used to say. They ain't never going out of business. So
And church. That's a
yeah,
hustle
church,
too.
yeah.
Mhm.
But you're gonna need to, burn up them bodies or so yeah. Throw them in the fire.
Boy,
Hmm.
they had David Banner looking bad.
Yes.
Missouri Slim. Oh, Kendall said that Chicken Man called the guy in the store toilet face. Yeah, he was doing the absolute most. But
Hmm.
And if Vivian had the other guy under a tarp in the back seat of the car, the
Hmm.
okay.
other guy. Hmm.
Now I did have questions like, how did she get them out?
Right. Because
Somebody
I
else.
know she couldn't damn carry them. I guess somebody helped her.
Those was all the questions I had. Was like, I feel like somebody had to help her out with this right here. But okay. Um, So, Inga, we know that they're going to go over to Dolphin Club, which is this closed down place that has some history, right? And they're going to go and divvy up all the money there. And that's where Emerson is supposed to be meeting them so that they can meet the fence guy. At least that's what they think, right? That's what he told them. So that's kind of where we kind of end up here. But then we get back to Chicken Man, who just basically has to help his boy out again because he's not getting any answers, right? He's not getting any answers. And so Chicken Man notices everything that's going on. He notices that
Hmm.
there is some shady stuff going on. What did you think about Chicken Man being able to really tap into that and figure it out, Inga? Because he was on point.
Well, Chicken Man is a hustler, and he's from the street. He know what's going on. He could tell just from the store looking half empty, nothing in the store. And then he could smell that it smelled like it was moonshine being fixed up in there. Um, so he knew, Hudson is don't come from that, it went over Hudson's head. He didn't even catch it. Chicken Man knew. Yeah, this
Chicken
guy was talking cash money stuff, and but they helped save his life.
hmm Okay, absolutely. So I don't know. I don't know. We get back here to the dolphin place, right? They just doing too. I don't know. Well, I don't know why this episode irked me so much, y'all. Like I was, it was good, but yet I was just so irked by so many little
Me
things
too.
that
I
just.
told Moochie I needed an Excedrin at the end of this episode. I
Mhm.
really did. It stressed me the hell out. It
Yeah,
was
I was
good, but
worried
it
about
stressed
the
me the hell
kid.
out because I was so worried.
Okay.
Mhm.
Mm-mm.
I was worried and I was mad at some parts and I was just
Hmm.
like, oh my God, like they was just doing a lot. So Emerson's gonna end up calling him and he's gonna let him know, like, look, I'm headed that way, yada, whatever the heck he told him. He just full of lies. I can't stand Emerson. I ain't even
Hmm.
gonna lie to you. Emerson was doing the absolute most for somebody who
Nobody likes
saved a life.
Emerson.
Come on now, bro.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
But Moochie,
nobody likes.
exactly. But Mooch, talk about this part right here when we get to and we'll talk about their relationship here in just a second, but I really want to get back to Emerson. He's at the bar and he wants to speak to Willie Black, right? He wants to speak to him and talk about that conversation. And did you think that he was going to be able to go through with what he was asking him to do?
I didn't think Willie Black was gonna be able to go through with it once he told him, because he was like, "You sure? Like it can't be another way." Once he said that, I was like, he got attached to this kid and he liked this kid, so I don't think he didn't have the heart to do that. And they had made plans, so this was not gonna work out with that. But I was surprised with how he turned on Mac. Like how he turned on Mac was really messed up because he saved him. So I kind of like, I just lost all, like I couldn't stand him after that.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't never like Emerson. So from episode 1, I ain't like Emerson.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't expect nothing from him.
I'm trying to find my other format. There you go. Yeah, Emerson. I don't know. Emerson just trash.
But he doesn't fear Mac, even though Mac saved his life. He doesn't fear him the way he does Cadillac.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. So he's something else, that is for sure. So next thing you know, we in the bar, right? And he gets in here and I'm like, what are we doing right now? Now I understand dude got up in your face, but I'm like, dude, you're not even gonna make it here if you don't calm the freak down. What are we doing? Inga, did you think Emerson was gonna make it up at this bar? Because for like a whole second I was like, what are we even doing? Why we just didn't walk away from this whole situation? But I guess he got them drinks in him. I don't know.
Yeah, first of all, even though he's a veteran, this was the veteran place, the VFW, but it wasn't for the black. This was the end of the 60s. We were still going through the middle of the civil rights time. This was not the place for him to go to have a drink. And yeah, I didn't think he probably was gonna make it up out of there, but he lucky they didn't take him out. I wouldn't have been mad had they took him out right there at the bar. I would have been just as fine with that.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. Me too.
Mm-hmm.
He but he was one of those ones that I didn't think was gonna get up out of there though. But that was a shock to me.
This was funny right
this
here.
One was so funny.
It was hilarious.
I had the footage of the actual fight, but I forgot to load it up, y'all. When he was swinging his arm
like a chicken.
What'd you think about that?
I'm like, seriously, dude, he had the nerve, pull the car over, and get out and fight. I'm like, now is not the time for that, but this was funny as hell. And he really thought he was doing something. Every time he told him stop and he thinking it's over, he come back and try to do something else and get him in his balls. I'm like, oh Lord.
This was a funny fight.
That was so funny. It was that part for me. I was like,
swinging his arms like a chicken to me, like a chicken flapping.
I was like, what the hell?
Maybe that's how he got his nickname. Right.
What up? That was so much. Now, I don't know if this was like Willie Black's, like, let me give him something to say, good, but like, let me do something good for him because I know I'm about to have to take him out, or if he never planned to take the young man. Like, I don't know what it was, but I felt like it was something like bringing the girls there. I felt like this was his way of trying to do something nice for him or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, make him go out in a good way. I don't know how to explain it, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like that's kind of where he was going with this, because I was still on the fence about was he going to do it? Was he not going to do it? What are
kind of like how Lulu did D-Wiz in Raising Kanan?
Exactly like that.
That's a good one, Moochie. That's a good one. Yeah.
Exactly like that. So I don't know. I was a little on the fence about this one too, because at some point Willie Black, didn't like the character, but there are times when I like the character, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like there are times when I'm like, oh, maybe he's not so bad, like a little bit. But I don't know, because I really feel like he was really feeling little man Ray or whatnot. But did y'all? Well, we'll talk about that in a minute, because I really want to get to that part, because that's the part that irritated me, Tamika, and I know it's probably one of the parts that irritated you as well. So, Inga, did you think he was gonna go? Did you think? Because I was like, McKinley is not gonna be up in here getting it on with nobody. McKinley is like, let's just do what we gotta do and keep.
He wasn't thinking about he. I mean, look, once the girl threw it all up in his face, he was taking it, but he wasn't thinking about it. You know, he was just trying to get. He was just trying to get with Emerson and figure out the next plan to get away. But
until she was like, "You a hero."
right. And DeMarcus knows the ladies' names because he told us on the last live.
Of course
he said
do.
Honey and somebody. I forgot what their names was.
Girl, they just lucky that they got up out of there before all the stuff went down.
Oh, Kiki. He said her Mac was with Kiki. Yeah.
Kiki.
I know I was thinking that.
Okay, Kiki. But yeah, so they end up getting it on. Little man end up getting his self together. He ended up getting it on.
Baby, right. Yeah. I believe this was probably his first time.
And even though he tried to act like it wasn't, I believe it was too, girl.
He was lying to Willie, but you could tell he was lying. He ain't never been with nobody before, and he's a kid. He's like 15, maybe 16 at the very most.
Because he asked her. Remember, he was like, "Is it any good?"
Yeah, and she said, "Look, it was sweet. It was nice." So, yeah, fellas, this is what we'll tell y'all when we don't want to hurt y'all feelings. It was okay. We like. It was good. It was good. It was fine.
Are you just
knowing that you want to say this thing was trash? You know?
Okay. But you don't be like, yeah, because he was like, because you not because you wasn't doing what she doing, because something like he said about what the other girl was doing, because the other. But did y'all notice that Willie Black still had that gun in his hand while he was stroking?
He was keeping an eye on his money.
He was in. Yeah, Willie Black, he been around the block. Okay, he knew what he was doing.
Did you hear what he was saying to her before they went upstairs?
What did he say?
But he said, I'm gonna get those legs open. And she said, I hope you can keep them open. And then
Oh my goodness.
She said, I'm gonna make it holler, something like that.
Yeah.
I was laughing at them too.
I don't know. This episode was like a mixture of funny and just it was a lot going on. But I thought that was so funny. Tamika, let's talk about this right here, because we talked about earlier how it really stayed in one scene the entire time. Like, even though it was still good, but for the most part, I think we were in 3 locations: here, the thing, and then Sweets, or I can't call her Sweets, Viv. But
this whole episode really was more. It wasn't even about Frank Moulton at this point. It was about their story, their arc, you know, when they had going on, these guys. So
yeah, pretty much showing them, you know, trying to do this meetup and Chicken Man and Hudson trying to find where they at. And just so happened they was on that side of the road after they finished fighting. They seen the girls going past asking about the place, and he like, well, that's been closed for a minute. So, you know, of course, it's like, well, that's more than likely where they at, because that's where they were seeing all the performances used to be back in the days, but it's been closed for a while. So that led them to, you know, the spot where they was hiding out at. Well, not necessarily hiding out at, but supposed to be meeting up at.
Exactly. And so I'm laughing at Candy. You see what she said. She's talking about
You sure?
The other girl was hollering. Young man knew he wasn't giving that kind of action.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
That girl probably was like, "Damn, why I had to get the young one."
she said, yeah, it was nice.
I think Mac won, not Mac. I think Black warned them that like he knew he didn't do it before. Go on and give him a nice time.
Okay. We'll come back and talk about the McKinley and when they have this conversation. I want to get back to Viv because Viv is trying to make some moves, y'all. Viv is like, look, I gotta do my thing. But this was a pretty bold move. Don't you think, Mooch? Don't you think this was a bold move? Talk to us about this move.
Her just approaching him. But I like the way she did approach him with thanking him for taking care of her problem. And then, she softened him up by having a drink with him and, open his eyes to some game and some business. And he was very impressed to me.
Yeah, I think so too.
Mm-hmm.
I really, really do. Hey, Stephen Harris. I really, really do. And she talks about the business, about being able to move anything in those caskets. I thought it was I thought it made sense. I was like, that's a good idea. I mean, it's we've seen that on some other shows before where people use caskets. I think we saw that in Bad Boys. I can't remember which one it was.
Mm-hmm, the second one.
Okay, the second one where they use the caskets and stuff. So I was like, okay, Viv, come through with the ideas. Any other thoughts, Tamika or Inga, about Viv and her approaching Frank?
No, I agree. It was smart, and she did her homework. She knew her game. She came with all the information first, and she know first and foremost he about his money. So it's like, why not try to present this and let him know this could be something that could be very lucrative for you. And it was funny because at first he kind of was like, "Oh, this sounds like the same stuff like Chicken Man be trying to talk," but she's like, "Yeah, no, okay, I got the stuff to back me up. This ain't no Chicken Man ish."
Okay,
I liked it.
Production.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what's up. So, do y'all think that they're going to end up working together, or do y'all even think that Frank is going to make it?
Child, I don't know, baby.
I
This
don't
could go
know.
either way. I'm like 50-50.
I'm gonna say yes, but it could go either way.
Okay.
Hard to tell yet.
Okay, Inga. I don't know. I can't think of his name. I just went blank. Hudson. Hudson has a conversation with Mac. Right? He's outside smoking or whatever he doing, and after he lets the girls out, and then he approaches him, and did you think that Mac was just gonna go that easy the way that he did? Like it felt like he was done with it.
Yeah, no. If you look at his on the other slides, when you look at his face, he looked drained. He looked defeated. He looked like he was tired because everything went wrong. Everything from this plan did not go the way it initially set up to go, and so because there was no plan for them to be hiding out this long, go to the Jekyll Island, none of that was part of the plan. So, half the crew is gone. Even before it happens with them, but I mean half the crew is gone. So they he looked defeated. That's why I think he went on so fast. And he was mostly concerned not for himself, he was concerned for Baby Ray.
His trifling self. Little kids sometimes. They just do too much. They don't know how to read the room. Extra. Anyway. We'll get to that.
Hey, Toy, and the Soul Sisters of the panel.
I didn't even see that one.
I should have wore my Afro wig.
Okay. Hey, Taurine. But yeah, I agree with you. And then when we saw this part right here, I was like, oh, you really, really, really care about Willie Black right now. You know what I'm saying? It's like you just knew, Tamika. It's like, oh, why come this little boy just don't get it? But I will say this, Willie Black was warming up to him. He was winning Willie Black over, but we knew that Willie Black was running game, but he don't care about him like Mac care about him or like Mac been there for him. But he was really buying into this. And that's why I'm like torn between it. Tamika, your thoughts?
Yeah, this was aggravating me. I feel like a piece of him cared about him, but I feel like if it really came down to it, he would have took him out. He was about to, had he not turned around and seen him and started saying something. That's when he hurried up and put the hammer back down. But he did look like he was struggling because he even said like, not the kid, right? And basically, what's his name? Emerson with his raggedy behind was like, yeah, we can't have no loose ends. And I'm like, your punk behind should come and do it yourself then. You wanted it done before you got there, so you wouldn't have to freaking, Oh, child, I don't know. They was raising my blood pressure.
Mine too. Very much so. Um, Inga, what are your thoughts about how Ray is really taking to Willie Black? And do you feel like Willie Black feels the same? Like, do you feel like he's softening up to him? Like, what are your thoughts just about the dynamics of this relationship?
Yeah, even though he's showing him all the wrong things, he's not teaching him about going to school and work hard and you know what I'm saying, be a productive citizen. He's not teaching him the right things. Even though he's teaching him all wrong, but he has softened up to him. He likes him. It's probably like a little brother to him, you know. So yeah, Willie Black is still a horrible person, but but that's why he couldn't unalive him because he does care about him in his own twisted way.
Absolutely. Moochie, your thoughts on it? Because in the next scene, we kind of see him pointing the blicky at him, but not being able to actually do it. Just he's really thinking about it. And what we've learned from this character is that he don't think about pulling the trigger. He just pulls the trigger. But he was hesitating.
This time it was totally different because I think he really got attached to him. And he didn't, that was something he didn't want to do. That was a hard pill for him to swallow. And Emerson, he just made matters worse. I think he didn't have to do that. He really, to me, they stayed true to everything and he backstabbed them. And it was messed up.
Emerson, oh, he's the worst.
Yeah. Emerson
is the worst because he should have told Mac from the giddy up from the beginning that this was what's going on. All that he was working with Cadillac and all this kind of stuff. He should have told him. So Mac was in the dark the whole time about this.
Yeah,
exactly. That's supposed to be your boy. Y'all did military together. He saved your life. I mean, how much do you really, think him and consider him if you couldn't let him know and put him up on game? But I feel like they, kind of messed up themselves because, like we was been saying, we wouldn't have still been around. We had the money already. We could have been gone, and y'all could have been calling and looking for us, and we could have been in a damn win.
That's right. They could have been gone. They hung around way too long.
Way too long.
That's why they're in the position they in. So
yeah, he relied too much on Emerson.
Exactly. And when he finally realized you could tell that he saw that there was something wrong. He was seeing it a little bit before we even got here. But at some point, I feel like when he asked to speak to Willie Black on the phone, I feel like that solidified it for him. Yeah, definitely something that wasn't right.
Yeah, he wasn't sure, but he knew something was funky. Yeah. So, but Andre, old man boy, he tried to tell him, look, get out of town, right? But he did, and he didn't
even get out of town with his crazy self.
Yeah, I know. Well, he was trying. He just didn't get there fast enough. He had his luck.
Yeah, all of them was moving slow. Like we should not have been held up for 2 days and 3 days. No.
DeMarcus, don't push it. Do not push it. Don't push it. Yes, at EJ the TV Junkie. That is hilarious. You and I on the same page. You low key like Willie Black. I low key, he was alright at some. Like at least tiny pieces.
He had his times. I was okay with him when he helped him with the landlord guy. Yeah, but it's like
he turned about it because I ain't like him in this scene here. No, I mean you giving this little kid the little cocoa butter to put up his nose. you making him drink beer, having sex. I was going, you ain't doing nothing right. So only time he was good to this kid, or did right, was that landlord.
Yeah, I think he was trying to send him off with a hat, like
A
an act-
happy ending.
yeah, like it reminded me of what Lulu did. So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just
yeah.
he got him some tail. He feel like
Mhm.
he has the money.
Right.
He feels like he feels like a grown up.
Yeah.
Exactly. I agree. So moving on, Emerson makes it to the place, right? But of course, Emerson doesn't know that McKinley has decided to make a deal with the cops. All he really wants is for Ray to be okay. Like that's all he
Hmm.
cares about. He don't care about him, and he feel like Willie Black can get it. So he feel like whatever he get, he deserved. And when it all comes down to it, he kind of says like the things that we've done, whatever comes our way, we deserve it. And I felt like he was low key telling that something was about to happen, but Emerson just wasn't picking up on it. He was too busy trying to focus on getting in there, getting the money so that he could do this big betrayal, right? And I really hated that for Mac because he really trusted Emerson and he really thought that this was his brother. He thought that this was someone who was on his side and that was looking out for him. And he only did this because he wanted to be with his baby girl. He needed the money so that he could get a place. Like it
Mhm.
started from a good place. I know it was a wrong thing to do, but it started from a good place and then it just took this dark turn.
Most of the time, these things do start from a good place. Look at Set It Off. You needed all them girls needed the money or for various different things, and then it all went left. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times things do start off sometimes for a good reason. It just goes another direction.
Yep. Let's see. So y'all, Tamika, set up the scene for us because Emerson comes in and then just a lot of things start to happen. A lot going on. Talk to us about that.
Um. Yeah, when Emerson came in, he was talking with Willie Black first, right? Yeah, I believe he was talking with. No, wait, did he see Mac first? I can't even remember, y'all, because I watched it when it first dropped and I ain't rewatch it.
I
But
only watched it once. Yeah.
I think he was talking to Willie Black when he first got there, and he was asking him like, did he take care of everything? And he said, it was a little mishap with that. And he like, what the hell you mean a little mishap? Like I ain't do it. But of course he didn't get right to that. And he was asking where I think he was asking where Mac was, and Mac came right after that. And then he was Mac overheard him saying about the no loose ends. He was like, what you mean by that? What you mean no loose ends? You saying Baby Ray's a loose end? You saying I'm a loose end? It just kind of like jumped off from there. Like, oh God. I just wanted Mac to get out of here. I wanted Baby Ray to get out of here too. Like that's the two I really wanted to make it, even though I knew everybody wasn't gonna make it. And I know we know what happened in real life, but I'm like, maybe they'll change it and do it different for the show. But I just was like, Lord, what is going on? And then you had Hudson and them hiding in the damn van waiting. I was so
Mhm.
nervous.
Exactly.
Oh God.
She
It could have
talk
went all the way
about
left.
when little man comes out, baby Ray comes out, and tell me how you felt about this. I need to know like y'all real feelings about this. I'm gonna start with Moochie, then we're gonna go to Inga, then Tamika. I need to know y'all real deal feelings about how he literally chose Willie Black over somebody who's been there for him, for his entire life that helped raise him. And he unalived him because he says, I thought he was going to shoot you. Talk to me.
Yeah, I was like shocked at this part. This was like one of the old S moments. Oh, ish. So yeah, I
The
just when he did, I
Alfredo
was
here.
so upset with him. Like, but I felt like, how I didn't think he was gonna actually. I didn't think he was gonna actually pull a hammer. I thought he was gonna like threaten him, but I think it probably was a loose, a hairpin trigger. So that's what happens. But yeah, this was messed up the way this whole scene went down, where who took out who, and Mac. I was shocked at that the most. And he was mad once Emerson took out him. Then Black just did what he did. I'm gonna take it all for myself from this point.
Yeah.
But I think sorry, being stupid. I mean, yeah, I was mad at him and I was in shock. I didn't really think he was about to pop him for real, but also he didn't get to hear and know the whole context, because if he did, then he would know that Mac was actually trying to look out for him. Okay. And since the beginning, he be trying to look out for him. And he's thinking he's protecting Willie Black because they have gotten this bond. So I understood it. And even after he did it, you could tell he was in shock, like, oh my God, what did I do? But then it's like, oh, he was trying to take you out. But you would think that he would not have done that since him and Mac had the relationship they had. So it's just like, oh man, it's just horrible.
Yeah, absolutely. Inga. So Antoine said Kid was a dirtbag, went and flipped on his man Mac for Willie Black when Mac was the only one really looking out for him. I agree,
I
Antoine.
mean, a dirtbag, Antoine. I mean, we love you, Antoine, but a dirtbag. Good Lord.
I say he was a dirtbag for doing that kid.
Yeah.
I was like, I wanted to be like Jack. He seemed like he was in shock after it happened, though. That's how it looked to me.
But he did seem like he was pulling away from Mac even before we even got to Jekyll Island. He was impressed.
Yeah, he was definitely starting to pull away.
Impressed by Willie, by Willie Black. So it just I agree with DeMar, because they tried to humanize Willie Black a couple times, but it didn't. But nah, we knew he's a scumbag, Willie Black.
Absolutely. But Willie Black in this moment right here, he after he gets got, then he hits the kid hits Mac, and then Emerson, without even hesitation, hey Kayla girl, without even hesitation, hits the boy, right? And you can tell that like hurt Willie Black, per se. Like I don't think after he did what he did for him, I don't think Willie had any intention of unaliving him, especially after that. I think that was the part that solidified it. And if they could have got away with it together, they would have both ran out of there. He was going to turn that gun on Emerson regardless, but Emerson was just too quick on the draw when it came to it. And Mac tells us that earlier. He tells the cop, remember, he says, he's bad with that gun. He's quick on the draw. And I think that was one of the moments of them trying to show us, like, he gonna take you out just like that. So, but then Willie Black was like, nah. I mean, he said, I can't remember his exact words, but you could tell that it was in a vengeance of Ray. And then he lays him out. Oh, there's no honor amongst thieves.
No, there is. That's
right. Exactly.
There is no honor amongst thieves. Yeah.
Yeah, so he decides that he got him square dead on too. Boy, it was a lot. So he decides that he's gonna take the money, but then that's when we get Hudson comes in, and then we got a whole shootout, y'all.
But wait a minute, I just want to say, one of y'all might have already said it, but Baby Ray did look shocked that he took out Mac. He didn't look like he was happy about it. He looked like, you said that movie, he did. Yeah, he looked shocked. So I don't think he meant to do it. It was just like Moochie said. It was like your finger just triggered, and it just went off.
I think it was just reflex because they was already expecting people.
He wouldn't have taken. If anything, he'll take out Emerson. He ain't gonna take out Mac.
I think he meant to do it. I just think that he thought about it after he did it. I think he absolutely meant to do it because his friend was in danger, is what his thought process was. This person that I just grew this bond with and that I'm about to run off with, we're about to go
up north.
Wherever they finna go, and you about to shoot him. So I think he absolutely did it on purpose, but he had immediate regret. It's like that buyer's that you have. You buy immediate regret. Like, hey, I really didn't want to buy it.
Yeah, definitely.
He had immediate buyer's remorse. It is what it is. So,
even Kitty know that Willie Black is an a-hole and Baby Ray was wrong.
Exactly. So did y'all think that everybody was gonna go out at this place, or did y'all feel like because I feel like what's about to happen is that the last episode is where we shift into the bigger fight, the betrayal and all of that stuff. And this was ending this whole situation with the robbers, right? Because we've been chasing these robbers. But did y'all really think that it was gonna happen in this episode? I
No,
didn't.
I didn't
Tamika,
think it
what
was
did you
no.
think?
I thought they was gonna stretch it out a little bit, like we might see half, but not the whole, thing. Like I thought it would be probably towards the end of the episode, we getting into it, and then it picks up in the next episode. But nah, they was getting it right in. I was like, damn.
They dropped like a dominoes. Boom, boom, boom.
Yes.
All three of them laying next to each other, you know.
And
Right.
Billy Black is gonna end up having to do some time because he didn't drop. He got shot, but
Exactly.
he gonna have to do some time. Moochie, did you expect the way this went?
Nah, I was kind of worried for Chicken Man because he didn't have no hammer. So I seen him sticking back, but these two, they was going blow for blow with it. And I like the little chase that went on.
They did all of this really now for nothing.
Exactly.
It
For
almost remind you
nothing.
of like remember Dead Presidents? They had
Yeah.
that plan going
Yeah.
on and it just
Yes.
blew up in their face and all of this for nothing. So now nobody ends up with no money, no
Right.
jury. It could have been a good plan to stick up the party and everything if everybody had just taken off right away.
Exactly.
It would have been a good plan.
They was too much in that house.
Yeah, another reason why it could have been a good plan is if they had actually let them know who they were robbing.
Right.
You could have planned better for this. If you knew who you were robbing initially, then you don't stick around. You're not waiting for the fence. You're not waiting for none of that. You out of there very, very quickly, as soon as possible. But now you at this point where you gotta follow through with the plan. Now I'm not following through with the plan because I always thought it was dumb after they found out who it was. I was like, oh hell no, I'm gone. I'm out of here. But I feel like that would have, if they just known who it was, they probably could have planned.
Yeah, because they literally was learning stuff piece by piece. They went into this blind. It was like just the blind leading the blind.
It seemed like the only one that knew what was going on was Emerson.
Right. And then he didn't even know certain parts that Cadillac had planned for that the last minute.
Yeah, exactly. Cadillac didn't tell him everything. No.
But I do wonder what this means for Cadillac, even though he wanted all of them gone. So technically part of his problem is done, but not all of them is gone. So I don't know.
Well, speaking of Cadillac, y'all, we gotta talk about Cadillac because this is when we kind of figure out the whole thing. Like we talked about this before about the father, because remember Frank makes that whole statement about how his daddy would have just did what he said and yada 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 and all that stuff, and it kind of got you to thinking about the daddy, and now we're at this point where we get introduced to the mom. And when she walked in, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And
I did not know she was on the cast.
I didn't either. That was a nice surprise. That's a good pick to play his mother, too.
Definitely. So I'm going to start with you, Moochie. So we get this whole plan about how Cadillac really just wants to take over. Like Frank's era is gone, basically. But we find out that it's a little bit deeper than that because they feel like he didn't treat the father right, that he treated him like he was basically nothing. I'm just going to say trash, and it's the same way that he's been treating Cadillac, the same way that we've been seeing how he's been treating Cadillac. And turns out the father wanted to get him gone too, but he just wasn't able to. And the mom is like, your father wasn't strong enough, but you are. Do you think that he is going to be strong enough? How do you think that this plays out? Talk about this scene, how you felt about it, and then answer that question. Do you think that this plays out in the favor of Cadillac or Frank?
I love the way this was played out in the reveal with Debbie Allen as his mother. I love that part, first of all. how I think this is gonna play out, I feel like if this goes the way I think it's gonna go, I don't think he's gonna. I think Frank is gonna make it because he's gonna be because I think if we see that part where Chicken Man, I think that's where he warns him that this is about to happen. So Chicken Man gonna actually save Frank, I think.
Okay. Inga?
I think that I think that Cadillac might as well get that get his hair relaxed and flip one more time so he can look nice for the at the cemetery at the funeral, laying in the casket because I think he gone. I think the next funeral that the Marcus told me the funeral director's name was Ulysses because I ain't know his name. Ulysses is going to end up doing that funeral for Cadillac. so he gonna be gone. Yeah, he's gone. Yeah, I don't see him living. He gonna
Okay.
find out. Frank's going to find out about this, and it's gonna
Okay.
backfire. Mm-mm.
Okay, that's what's up. Tamika?
Yeah, I was gonna say the only thing Cadillac have going for him is the element of surprise. But if it ain't no surprise, then Frank gonna be on you like white on rice. You ain't making it out of there. Mama gonna be burying him right next to his daggone
To the
father.
probably right.
Mhm.
Mhm. And Moochie, I need you to get this wig for me. I need that wig with the flips. Okay, I need that wig. Terrence Howard rocking that wig. I need that wig.
He actually wore that to an interview a couple of weeks
I
ago.
know, but he
Everybody
was a
said,
Joe
"Well, what's up
Rogan
with that?"
podcast. He wore that the whole time. I
He
said,
stayed
'cause
in
everybody kept saying,
character.
why is Terrence Howard walking around looking like this? We didn't know what it was for. We had no
Mhm.
idea that Fight
And
Night was
what it
coming
was
out.
for this.
Yes. That
Mm,
I love it. I love it.
that's what's
Yeah.
up. That is what's up. So, y'all, that is what's up with this episode. I mean, honestly, this was a really, really good episode. I really love this episode, and I'm really excited to see how they're going to bring this all together when it all comes down to it.
Mm.
I personally think that Cadillac is not going to make it. Anytime you are the person that is trying to take out the other person and you being sneaky and slimy like this,
Mhm.
it's like Antoine said, that person, Frank, has to know. You cannot be the boss and not know that somebody has it out for you like this. So I think he knows, and I think that the even though I ain't gonna lie, I hate a bully, right? I really do hate a bully. So I do hate that Frank is such a bully, but at the same time, I hate a weasel. And I hate that Cadillac is a weasel. So really, they both can go. But I really think it's going to be Cadillac. And I think, like somebody said, that maybe Chicken Man will find a way to save Frank, which will in turn save himself. Or Vivian will end up saving Frank because she has gotten close. I mean, not Frank, saving Chicken Man because she's gotten close to Frank. Those are some of my
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And Frank could now we just throwing stuff on the wall, see what stick. But Frank could have eyes and ears in New Jersey because that's where Cadillac is. Somebody could be might snitch and tell like this is what Cadillac is doing. You know,
But
we don't know. I like that they ain't telling us, and I'm just trying to figure it out in my head. So
part of his plan is messed up too. Remember Inga, because Emerson is gone. Like, so they were supposed to have all. I don't know what the purpose of all the money was, but
Right.
just gave them part of this money and kept it pushing. But
forget all that jury and stuff. I mean, okay, you took the jury
Exactly.
and stuff, Moochie, but I would have left all that jury and stuff, and I would have because they was trying to worry about fencing the jury. Forget that stuff. I would have
Yeah, I would
taken
have
the
left.
cash.
I would have
That's
been
what
like,
I'm
look, keep the
saying.
money.
I'd be in
I mean,
Mexico
keep
someday
the
gonna
good.
live. You know, I'd be in Spain. Hey,
Okay.
coach. Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. And I guess we just got to see where it all is. Will Chicken Man actually make it out, y'all? I mean, I hope so with his hustling self. But you know, we don't see.
The real life Chicken Man did make it out, so
Mhm.
hopefully they maybe don't take him out, and but we don't never know. They could change the whole story,
Right.
real story up and unalive him. But I don't want him to go.
Neither do
I
I.
want him sitting going back home to with his wife named Faye.
Yeah.
Yeah, get on back home. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
know
get
it's
your
funny, but
family back.
I wanted him and Vivian to get together. I feel like Faye needs to go find her a good man.
Well, that's true. Yeah, she needs somebody. She needs somebody with a 9 to 5 job. We got benefits, take care of them kids.
Okay, and then
Yeah.
really go to church.
And somebody, a church going man, a deacon or somebody. Yeah, because Chicken Man is just too fun. Oh, but in real life, the real Chicken Man, Gordon, ended up becoming a preacher.
But that's what I was about to say. After this, maybe Chicken Man changes his life.
He might have.
Okay,
He might
gonna
got the
learn
Holy
his
Ghost.
Boy, after I done got out of this.
right.
He might have got the Holy Ghost and said, no, I'm going to the life of Christ. Forget the life of crime. Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. Well, y'all, that is what's up with Fight Night. This was episode 7, y'all. We have one more episode to go. Ladies, what is going on your channels? Moochie, let's start with you, then Inga, then Tamika.
If you haven't checked it out today, we did trending topics, so that was up. We talked about a lot of different things today, so that's what we did with today. If you missed it, you can catch up on it, watch the replay, hit hashtag replay. And tomorrow, myself, Inga, Torian, and Detroit Kings, we're doing the Aaron Hernandez, the FX story. So we're doing that as FX sports story. And Thursday I will be also doing Robin. So I'm taking another go at it. So we'll be doing that. And I got a couple of uploads with some theories with power. So keep y'all notifications on and holla at your girl.
Inga Binga, what you got going on your channel, man?
Oh Lord, so much every day. Like Moochie said, Aaron Hernandez tomorrow. I'm not sure if Tamika's joining us or not, but Aaron Hernandez.
Yeah, I'll be there this week. I don't know about next week because Sisters is back.
Right. Yeah, so Aaron Hernandez tomorrow, the round table, then of course Moochie with the movie Robin, Tubi movie, and then Reasonable Doubt on Friday. Then Penguin on Sunday, and I think I might be doing something with Miss Kara with Love Is Blind, I think, too. So anyway, it's gonna be busy every day. I think the only day I'm off is my only work day off is Saturday. So I'm working on the YouTube streets every day. Every day.
All right. That's what's up. Okay.
Oh, I believe it's my turn for Reasonable Doubt, I think, right?
I thought it was mine, but if you want it, you can have
it.
No,
you got it. I couldn't remember, y'all. Okay. I'm so bad with that calendar.
Information. But go ahead.
I've been crying.
Yeah, I'll be with the ladies Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Let me stop. I'll be with them for Aaron Hernandez and for movie night with the ladies and for Reasonable Doubt. And then we got Found, right? I think we got Found. And I think we're supposed to double it up from the next From because we didn't get a chance to discuss From. That was crazy. And of course, the Teamer, my recaps for that, my recap for Power Child. Y'all don't know what a hard time I had getting that recap up, but that is up finally. And my recap for Reasonable Doubt is up. So go check that out if you already haven't and hit that like. Okay. Thank y'all. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed.
Yeah, please subscribe, please, to everybody.
That part. So on my channel, I think all of the reviews from last week are up at this point, except for Reasonable Doubt, which, of course, we just did a live on that one. So just watch the live for the thoughts on Reasonable Doubt. And then this week, of course, all the stuff with the ladies. I'll be doing all of that. And then Candy Love and I are actually going to be talking about Queen's Court tomorrow. So we're going to see what Lisa Ray got going on, her and Kay Michelle, and I forgot the other girl that's on there. I don't know. I forget her name.
Oh, Delicious.
Yeah, Delicious, I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be forgetting about her name. I think she go by something else these days.
I still know from Delicious from Flavor of Love. Oh, you know what I'm saying? So, I forgot her real name. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll definitely be talking about that. Thank you to Marcus for the super sticker. I'm not sure whose channel it's on, but we appreciate you regardless. And when Queens, we don't know when that's coming back just yet, but trust me, as soon as we know, we will be right back at it again. Y'all already know it goes down at the Virtual Club Eden. But let's see. Other than that, just our other regular stuff. Found Tamika and I'll be doing Found on Friday, and then we're going to talk about Zatima on Thursday. So make sure to tune in for that because we'll be live for that. And then y'all know it. Just turn your notifications on because you never know what's gonna happen. And please make sure to follow on social media, y'all. Really trying to push this social media. I know Tamika, everybody. I mean, just follow everybody on social media as well. Shout out to Demarcus again for the $2 sticker. We appreciate you, bro. But yeah, just follow everybody on social media because we do a lot of quick stuff on there as well, and we trying to get our count up. So y'all help us out. Help us out. So other than that, y'all, we're about to get up out of here. Hey, Renee, boo. Thanks.
Hey, Renee.
Thank you, ma'am. We appreciate you. Let me exit out of this. So anyway, y'all, we're about to get up out of here. We will talk to you guys later and catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
Peace.